I'm Brian Posehn. You may know me from my stand-up comedy or from the TV shows I've been on, like the Sarah Silverman program. I love comic books, metal, and anything nerdy, except furries. They're gross. But that does include Dungeons & Dragons, which I've been playing with the same group of my funny friends for a decade now. So we decided to record us playing the game and turn it into a podcast, and we call it
Nerd Poker. Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends.
Blaine!
Ken!
Sarah!
Sark. Don't forget Gerry.
Hi.
Who was that?
That's my least favorite part.
I just want to know what happened.
You know what that is?
Forget about
Brian,
that part.
That's Brian if you were a ventriloquist dummy.
Hi.
It's his little buddy.
What are you looking at? This asshole here has me on his lap.
I picture like Odenkirk holding the Brian dummy, making that voice.
I can feel his tiny penis
Oh boy!
against my wooden asshole.
God damn it!
His
There we go.
hands are
Yep.
carved into horns.
What are you looking at?
Hand-whittled assholes.
Why is this ventriloquist dummy anatomically correct?
Anyway, I'm Brian Posehn, and you're listening to Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends.
Quickly.
Hi, friends.
Hi, Brian.
Hi. What happened?
What happened last week? 2 minutes ago.
Okay, so you guys were locked in Mortal Kombat with the water elemental Lord Noral, and you started off last episode in a bad spot, and you ended in really an even worse spot. Yeah, you guys took some really massive shots from the sort of the twisting freight train of a water elemental collective that has turned into this water serpent monster, and the water lord actually set Sir Richard up for his demise at the serpents, or actually at the guards' hands, by freezing him. But in the end, you guys, Sparklet sacrificed himself to save you, and Sir Richard was crushed by millions and trillions and billions of pounds of water in the water elemental plane. But at the very end of last week's episode, for some reason, maybe it's an apparition, maybe it's Sir Richard himself resurrected by some unknown power. He, in a series of blinding flashes of light, materialized with his missing hand and the leg he lost during the depressurization of his golem suit, replaced with shining, glowing limbs and a look of determination on his face. And that's where we left off. So you have no idea who he is, where he came from, what he's here doing.
And we were at the top of our initiative.
And we're at the top of a new round of initiative, yep.
Okay. Well, do we get to ask him what the fuck before Mildred starts pounding on the Lord?
Yeah, you can. I mean, these thoughts can be shouted out while you're.
Does my
Don't
character
you
have?
fold up a note before you pass it?
No, you can you see it?
You junior high fucking.
All right, there we go. I'm reading a secret. Reading a secret Sir Richard note. Thank you.
I would roll. Do I have initiative in this moment? It would seem like I would
we didn't
make
quite,
the case
what
that
on
I
earth is
have
happening?
initiative.
We didn't quite get
We're
there
not
yet.
on Earth, Ken. That's the key to this game.
Shit.
Andy Dick is playing.
You're right, but we didn't
shut.
quite get
I ate
there
a whole
yet.
bowl of back medication.
When we're
Oh my God, it stays
reappearing on this
crunchy
podcast.
in milk.
You know what would be a very fun thing to do when we're all dead, because we're all gonna die, is to next game pick people to role play as they're role playing in a Dungeons and Dragons game, so he could actually be Andy Dick.
Getting a little ahead of ourselves.
I like
but
it.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So Jerry wrote me a secret note which is what you do in D&D when you don't want everyone else to know what you're going to do. And you're asking if you have initiative, which is getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but so we'll just carry on like you didn't say anything there, Gerry. Mildred,
I
you're
didn't
up.
say anything.
Okay, so I said,
I passed a note in class, and the kid in the back
Gerry?
was like the jerk about it.
Yep.
Jerry, you're dead.
Listen to him. All right.
So I was yelling triumphantly, Glinishmore!
Yes.
And then I was gonna, I guess, attack the Lord.
All right. So you yell Glinishmore, and your call is answered with...
For Glinishmore and Bahamut.
All right. For Glinishmore and Bahamut.
Oh, he's a dragon god. He's a dragon god. Celtic dragon god.
Now, Sir Richard, you have the initiative.
Wait.
Be
Let
ready.
down.
Be
I'm about
ready
to-
to break for the breach.
I was trying to do that all dramatically, but then we just whatever. We fucked it all up. We just fucked it up. Okay. Sir Richard. So roll a d20. Okay.
I rolled a 16.
Jerry rolled a 16. So you yell...
So Richard the White has rolled a 16.
Mildred, you yell for Glinishmore, thrilled that whatever, like this apparition or if it is actually Sir Richard, thrilled that he's somehow back or not, and go to attack. You hear your call answered, and you look over your shoulder, and just for a second you see, and Sir Richard now he is materialized back into this sort of space right where he was crushed out of existence. And it's he's been he was frozen, he was knocked back, so he's a few hundred feet at this point from the combat. As you look back over your shoulder, when you hear the cry answered, you see him winding up like he's going to throw some type, like a 300-foot punch or something. He slings his glowing fist forward, and you see it almost looks like he stretches, like the image of him sort of stretches, and then like almost like an elastic snap, the back end of the image catches up to the front of him, and he just flashes through Lord Noral. Like fist first, and you see him like slowing, his acceleration stopping 15, 20 feet beyond where the king, so just this almost instantaneous like through the water, and then he's slowing and finishes like this sort of haymaking punch that somehow has carried him through the water. You see in his now that his motion slows, you see that in his closed fist is the crown. And Lord Noral, not even there wasn't even like a chance to turn or look or summon the guards or whatever. You see his body just draining out his elemental substance out his neck, just sort of pumping out into the water elemental plane.
Did he take his head off, or?
And he's got so Sir Richard has the crown,
Is
and
the
he's
head attached to
punched
the
completely
crown, or-
through. No,
Oh.
it's just turned into like tiny bits of pure
Okay.
water. So you turn, and you can instruct at this point, Sir Richard. Everyone, what needs to happen next?
Bahamut has sent me back to close this breach and balance the scales, and we must enter the breach and seal it now.
Right.
Don't need to tell me twice.
So
For Glinishmore and
you are gonna
Bahamut.
also,
Yes.
so you're through the breach. Just so we're clear, you are going to be sending. You're closing it.
Yes.
These dudes, you're sending. You're just like basically you're like get clear because this is about to be
Exactly.
no man's land.
The fuck?
Yeah,
So he was resurrected just to come back and die again.
And we
so
have to
that-
get out of the way.
Yeah, now we need to go back to our
Okay.
our world.
Done.
Yeah, he's telling you to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Thanks.
I'm already out front honking. And my bag's already in the back of the super
would
shuttle.
like to say it was a pleasure to serve. Oh, okay.
I bow
I'm
and
already
like tip
back
a
home.
hat or
Went
whatever.
to Five Guys.
I've
Got my
already
pants off.
I've already liked Glinishmore on my elf book.
Okay, so that
I wrote a
is-
really sweet thing about Glinishmore on Facebook. I hate when people have somebody die in their life and then they go to fucking Facebook for it. But I would do that for him.
It's just one step above the sticker on the rear car window.
Oh yeah,
I am touched.
In memory of.
yeah, it's fucked.
So you guys then urging as much speed as possible out of your wetsuits. You just, I assume, unless somebody else has got something else, you're just beelining it straight for the tear.
I just give him a total Kenny Powers. Fuck all y'all. Just fucking run.
All right, so without a sound, just the four golem suits just dwindle to specks. You guys are just cranking full speed. You place the crown on your head, and you feel the vision and the sort of the mobility that the suits granted you earlier. You feel that sort of like pass through your body, along with this innate understanding of, at least the more basic, it seems, abilities of the crown, including.
Should we be here for whatever he's going through, or once we go out the rift?
Yeah, in a minute. You guys are still within eye shot. This is just
Okay.
sort of like,
Color text.
including like sealing and even opening, or expanding portals in and out of the water elemental plane. So you turn the king at this, even now it's only been moments, but his body is almost just sort of almost deflated, and you don't even you guys.
I run back in and take a shit on him.
You turn your attention towards just ignoring everything. The guards, the serpent, everything.
Including
None of
Martha
it
and the
matters.
shit
You
out of
turn
it.
your attention to the rift, and you see your companions just turning into dots as they fly.
Oh my God, we're turning into dots?
You guys, sort of letting the golems carry you, are trying to monitor what's happening behind you. You see Sir Richard. Almost his shape just dwindles with distance, but you can still see this tiny like glint of light from his hand and his leg, and you see this giant like twisted heart-shaped knot of the serpent just chugging through the water, looping around for another shot at the combat towards you, but you've got a thing to do. As you guys near the breach on the water elemental plane side, this crackling bolt of blue energy, it lances out from the spark, this tiny wink of light behind you. You're filled with power as you focus on this thing, and it just literally, as you guys are hauling ass at the breach, Sir Richard is just literally like he's zipping it up. You're trying to give them enough time to get through the corner of this thing before you seal it in front of them. But you guys spurring your golems on and on. It's looking potentially like you might not even like the docking bay doors are closing, and the Millennium Falcon may not fit out of this. So we're gonna do a few dice rolls here.
Fuck.
Yep.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna do.
Do I roll for shitting on the Lord?
You don't have to roll for that.
Yeah, I didn't make your character do that, but
1 is a loose stool. A 2 is and we'll just see what falls on him.
yep, it's a spurt.
Yeah.
In Russia, pants shit you.
So this is only partly you guys, and it's only and it's in large part your golems. So what we'll do is we'll just roll a flat, because it's not so reliant on your own abilities as just almost
Luck.
who made it out first, who is in front, and you guys are just going max speed anyway. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll a let's do it the old-fashioned way. We're gonna just roll percentile dice. So that's both your d10s, and we're gonna go down the
Strawberries.
we're gonna go down the row. You have a decent chance. You've got Sir Richard is in full control of the seam, and he's giving you enough chance to get out. There are some unforeseen obstacles for him, though, in the form of potentially the serpent. He's got to keep focused on this rift. So you're going to have a 25% chance of not making it out through the rift.
Why me first?
I need another.
So, on a percentile, you're going to roll. If it's 25 or less, that's bad. You want a high roll on this. Now, obviously, that's not good. That also doesn't spell death, because it looks like there's greater powers at work here. But you would prefer not to be stuck in the water elemental plane in a golem suit with limited oxygen. So, all right, here we go. Bart has been handed the dice tray. He's rolling the percentile.
Good.
He rolls an 83. All right. The tray is passed to a Marth. He dodged the serpent twice.
Do it.
Does Gambler's Fallacy drop on him right now?
Number now.
Oh, shit. What is that? 20.
20.
Yeah.
All right. Amarth, you're not going to get through the rift before it's sealed. I'll go into details in just a sec. Blackie, go ahead and roll.
Why not? 29.
All right.
Well, wait. You drew...
Or 92, depending on.
Yeah, I was
How you do it.
92.
But either way, he's fine, right?
92.
Yeah. Wait, do you know which... Okay, before we do this, you've got
I've
the
got
tins.
sorry.
Yeah. I've got
Yep.
the actual percent, so.
Mildred?
What?
Oh, with the...
10.
Yeah.
10%.
Oof. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
I thought maybe that was 100, but I guess not.
So you guys...
Bahamut will provide
you guys...
for you in the afterlife, I guess? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure myself.
Just arms at your side, just trying to create as streamlined an outline as you can. You can almost hear the golems creaking as you guys are hauling through the water. The massive bolt crackling like webs of energy that are zipping sealing this huge, like hundreds of yards wide rift shut off to your right. Start to loom dangerously close, and you realize you may not get out. Bart and Blackie, you lose sight of the darker space of the actual, like, the ocean on the world that you that was flooded by the water elemental plane. It's not sort of as lit, but you lose sight of that darker water as the field of energy sort of overtakes you guys. right behind them, you guys are just absorbed in this blinding blue, crackling energy, and as the energy snaps, hisses to completion. Blackie and Bart, you find yourself adrift, and beneath you, hundreds of feet down beneath you, you see the spires of a ruined, flooded city. And you're in the now more familiar sort of real world. Amarth and Mildred, the light flashes away, and you look around. You don't see Blackie and Bart. You still see the faint spark of light, and you realize that you realize you didn't make it, but just by fractions of a second, you weren't able to get out in time. From here, you can look back and you see the serpent twining around, and you realize that you didn't get the full chance. You weren't given the time that you thought you were going to have, because you see Sir Richard engaged in mano-a-mano combat with the entire serpent. So it's twisting around. And the light is being obscured. It's flashing, winking. It's disappearing momentarily. It's coming back, and you can just faintly see Sir Richard.
I came here to kill kings and kick ass, and I'm all out of kings.
So he's flying around. There's the royal guards. He's like a dervish now. You can see now what your fight must have looked like from a distance. Just this swirling mass of beings surrounded by the giant serpent. So Richard, you are every time the serpent wheels around and tries to slam into you, you find that the light from your arm and your hand and your leg sort of almost like part the water, so it sort of hisses around you, but you're not able to do any damage to it. So you're sort of at a stalemate, and you don't see what Amarth and Mildred see, real faintly. I'm trying to think. Blackie and maybe you guys should step out. Ken and Blaine, step out for just a bit here.
Well, all right. It's a bit unorthodox.
But they're on one side and we're on the other side?
You made it out. You're back in the room. You're back in the...
we made it out.
Yeah, flight attendants prepare for landing.
Let's get out then.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, fuck off.
You can
Don't
go to
die,
the other
everybody.
studio and shut the door. Leave this one open, though.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll just because we don't need to split you guys up at the moment, but Amarth and Mildred, you see now in the water elemental plane with the golem suits on, your vision is it's vertigo-inducing, sort of, or it would be if you had any sort of frame of reference. Like you can see for hundreds of miles of water, but there's just nothing to see. However, a faint shape has started to. It's not even a shape. It's like a change in hue, almost slightly lighter. The whole sort of environment seems to be slightly lighter, and it seems to be getting increasingly lighter as you watch Sir Richard fight the serpent. After a second, there's this faint line of this. It's like a line of movement that is on a scale that's so massive that it doesn't even register as a thing. It's almost like you feel like you had something stuck in your eye. But there's this almost like a ripple that seems to pass up across your entire field of view. And as you look, you see this line continue to move up and up and up, and there's like a strange shape starts to take form, and it looks now like it's almost like there's a maybe a planet or some type of watery world that's moving toward, like an orb that's moving toward behind Sir Richard. And another couple moments of you are not even seeing it. You're busy. You're trying to not get smashed to pieces by the serpent. A couple more moments pass, and you see that it looks like it's an eye, like it starts to resolve.
Oh no!
But it's like it must be like millions of miles across, and who knows how far away.
In Glinishmore, I would paint that on the side of my carriage.
And this eye is opening, and you can't tell. It's so big, you can't. There's just no way of telling if it's right beyond Sir Richard or if it's, who knows, planetary distance beyond him. It's just so massive, but it takes up the entire field of view.
Okay.
It starts to resolve itself, and you see, moving in from off to the side, you see the another shape of a hand. Again, just looming like it's not even a mountain. It's like Jupiter, like coming in. And the hand slowly moves in. Sir Richard, you notice about now that something's up, and you turn you start casting your glances towards this new potential threat. As you see this shape of at first you think it's like some type of magic. And there's causing a hand shape like right above you. And after a moment of seeing it move against the serpent in the foreground, that you see that it is indeed like a really massive hand. And the hand sort of lowers. One finger, it just like completely blocks your guys. It doesn't block your view, but it just passes right beyond you, and just sort of closes around Sir Richard and the serpent. You see the serpent sort of like you're still sort of translucent. You see the serpent sort of absorbed, dismissed. The faint sparkle of Sir Richard's arm and leg still visible somewhere in this like mammoth, titanic hand. And then you see from behind you a second hand has formed, and you see like some million-mile tall being has sort of approached, and is holding each of you in these like ridiculously large grips. You see faintly through, almost like you're looking up through the eye and the forehead. You see faintly the shape of a crown. God knows how many miles away. And very softly in each of your minds, you hear a voice, very peaceful, and it sounds like it's like my voice right now in your headphones or in your car speakers or wherever you're listening to this. It just calmly and peacefully it says, "Thank you." For the three of you, the sort of faintly illuminated water of the water elemental plane just turns off like someone flipped a light switch. And you find yourself in the darkened room of the deep oceans of the flooded world, with Blackie and Bart floating, looking at you with dazed looks. the spires of the ruined city, hundreds of feet beneath you. Sir Richard, your arm and legs still glinting in the dark. And do you hear that? Did you guys hear that?
The ghetto bird.
Yeah.
And Blackie, surprised to see you guys, which we should probably, I guess we should get them back in here. But and Blackie turns to you and he says, "Well, I'll tell you when he gets back in here. I'll go fetch him."
Let's break. So we're back, and what is happening?
We're all back.
Here's the thing. I thought we were gonna die, and I
did.
just told Sarah. Well, yeah, you know some fucking
did
secret.
die.
You know the secret.
Do we know anything?
I just told Sarah the two things that went through my mind as she and I are left behind, and the rift is closed, and we're totally fucked, and I think we're gonna die. Is I try to fuck her, and she would turn me down, of course.
Yeah.
Probably with a sword.
Mildred, I try to fuck
with a
Mildred.
sword,
We're both
obviously.
married, but I'm trying to fuck her character.
Oh my god!
And then
that could be the best bit of role playing Brian's done yet.
that was the
But you
first
didn't
thing I
even do
thought
it.
of. No, because I knew she would shoot me down. So then my second thought was that I would just eat a sword. I would just
You're just gonna cut
just
your-
fucking kill myself.
Okay.
Just put it in my mouth and,
And then I
fall
said that
on
would be
it.
so
Wow,
awesome.
you're like an 8-foot emo teenager.
Then I was like, it would be like The Mist or whatever.
yeah. After he kills his wife and his kid, and then everybody's okay.
I didn't tell the spoiler. I just said it would be like that.
Okay.
Right.
Brian,
If you haven't seen The Mist,
Right.
you're an asshole.
he's an impulsive guy, as he is just.
I gotta admit, I missed that one.
Asshole.
Mouth fart, Jerry.
No, I'm impulsive, but I didn't act on either one of my impulses. I just got, because part of me was like, well, maybe this will turn out.
I wish you had.
I really wish you had tried either of those things because it would have been pretty funny.
That would have been, yeah.
Oh my god.
I kill myself. Oh,
What,
man.
but yeah,
I'm returning to you
No, I
in the
would've
grace
tried.
of my deity to find an 8-foot giant
Yep.
trying to rape.
I wouldn't have raped her. I would have said, I was
yeah,
going to go,
come on, let's
Jesus.
be honest.
I'm just
No,
saying.
I was
that's
going to say,
what
the way I was going to
appearances-
present it is like
Yeah.
you're on a plane going down and you're
Sure.
like, hey, should we
By the way,
do this?
I've been in that situation.
And yeah, that's
And-
not what you're.
Yeah,
that's
my
not
friend
what
and I,
goes through
Yeah,
your
my
how
friend
head.
and I,
crazy
as
is
a
it?
joke, we're
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't know, which one you gonna do if we're going down?
Well, this is
We're
true.
like, oh,
Ken,
she's cute.
Yeah.
She's cute.
Ken
Yeah,
did go down in a plane.
Ken almost died in a
engine
plane crash.
exploded, and that's the last thing you want to do is fuck somebody.
The engine was on fire, right? And then how far did you drop? Did you?
We dropped a lot. I don't know.
Oh god.
But then it
The problem was when the crew started crying.
the crew cried.
Yeah.
But then when you leveled out, did you all have celebratory sex?
No, because everybody was just shaking and quiet
Right.
because the pilot didn't say anything for 15 minutes.
And then you
Best
landed.
kind.
And then the pilot said, we're going to attempt an emergency landing.
Oh god.
Oh fuck!
No.
Forgot that.
So it was fun.
So you know,
And then
do you
your
know
poo-
what height
your-
you
it's
fell
re-
to?
Did your
it's
poo-
hard- it's
your
hard
poo
to
tried
stay
to
hard.
fuck your pants?
Did you go from 30 to 10, or do you know how
have no
far you
idea.
fell? You
Just-
have no idea, and they never said.
No.
Yeah.
I was on a plane once that dropped. Nobody was the crew wasn't crying, but it dropped and everyone screamed in unison, which is
Sure.
apparently what actually happens to humans when you
Yeah.
go through that. Like it was really.
Well, my story, I was gonna propose to my wife, and we dropped a lot of feet in a short amount of time, and the flight attendant totally freaked out. She didn't scream or cry, but she freaked out and pushed her thing back, and then jumped into the seat and buckled up and everything. And
emergency safety
the emergency
seat,
safety seat, yeah. And because she got run over by her own cart. Her cart ran her over, and then she jumped up and then pushed it back and then jumped into the seat. And I'm watching this, and as we're falling, I'm about to pull the ring out and just tell my wife, hey, we're dying. Will you marry me? And then we leveled up, and we made it to Medford. But yeah, if it would have lasted 5 more seconds, I was about to just go, we're dying. Please marry me.
Wow. Wow, yeah, that's
How romantic.
that's grim.
Hey, you weren't going to ask Mildred to marry you.
No,
Just gonna be like-
I was going to say, hey, should we do this?
Yeah, no. Yeah, plus your characters having sex would look like an Olympic
Yeah, I
Greco-Roman
don't know if
wrestling
that's-
match.
Weird.
I don't even know if
It'd
that's
even
It would
be a
look like
judge,
Somebody
probably.
draw that.
Oh, God.
Somebody draw me thinking of having sex with her and then me thinking of eating a sword.
It's gonna be hack and slash fiction.
You really didn't even have to say it. Because
No, I'm
you know there are
sure.
gonna be
It's
tons
Somebody's
of-
already drawing it as I was saying it.
How cool is it that we're recording
No, I'm not going to
deleted
draw
scenes
it.
now?
No, I'm not going to draw it.
You're 8 feet tall, and she's a dwarf. It would be
dude.
like a condom with arms
They
and
haven't
legs.
nobody's really drawn her as a dwarf.
Has
or
anybody
somebody
started
has.
writing nerd poker slash fiction yet? Because that would be fun.
Why are you putting this idea?
So literally the first time in the history of the internet or anything. That
I think
someone's like,
somebody's gonna
I wish
get
there was
bright
some
white
slash fiction of this lying around. That would be nice to come home to.
Wow. All right. Well,
Has
should
anybody
we?
ever read any slash fiction? slash
From
fucking
the
things?
guitar?
Slash from Guns N' Roses fucking things.
Oh,
Axel slash
sweet
slash.
child of yours.
Axel called him backstage with some papers to sign.
Should we get you guys
I've
caught
got
up?
a different kind of writer.
Or Axel,
Is he
Axel
or
slash-
isn't he?
Axel Foley fucking slash.
God damn it.
Ay, vey.
Thanks, Blaine.
You turned me Jewish again.
We are...
Hey, what's going on in the game?
Yeah, what happened?
Okay, so
I had two relatively transformative experiences back to back.
yeah. So wait, hold that thought.
We're all the dream of the wet brain from St. Elsewhere. Remember that's how it ended?
Blackie and Bart, you guys, in silence for a moment.
Maybe it's on Hulu, guys?
What? St. Elsewhere? The entire series winds up being the dream of a wet brain.
He's just kidding.
No, I don't think he is. I don't... What?
I was just trying to save some magic and mystery in the world.
For
We've
St.
spoiled
Elsewhere?
multiple things.
There's no magic
Yeah.
there.
The mystery of magic.
I
with
just
St.
found out
Elsewhere.
about that
About
the other
that
day.
too. What?
Now I got to watch it.
No, you don't.
The end.
St.
I want to at
Elsewhere?
least see the end.
Oh, it's
yeah.
terrible.
Wait, did I say that story about how when I went to see Fight Club, I was waiting outside the Cinerama Dome, and I obviously you knew there was some huge twist secret, and this guy drove past and was yelled out of his pickup truck. He goes, "Kevin Bacon did it," and I was like, fuck, that guy just ruined the movie. And then I spent the whole movie waiting for that to happen.
Waiting for Kevin Bacon to show up?
Yeah, I'd just be like, I wonder when he's going to show up and what he's going to do. What's going to happen so quickly. So the guy actually did ruin the movie, just in a totally different way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Aukerman and I saw X-Men, Earwolf founder Scott Aukerman. We were going in to see X-Men, and there was a guy coming out of the X-Men, and he goes, "It's a comic book come to life." He was right. He didn't spoil it.
Hi, Stanley.
Hey, do you remember when we went to see Godzilla with Matthew Broderick, and we were all at the Cinerama Dome, and we were all standing out front after the movie because we were so disappointed in the fact that they had made a Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick. We thought it was going to be good, and it wasn't. And we were all standing there, and there's this big cloud of gloom over us, and this white limousine drives by, and the back window goes down, and little Richard leans out and goes, "Woohoo!" Just drives by. Do you remember that? That was the best part of the Godzilla movie. Was little Richard driving by. Those boys need me. The sadness draws little Richard.
That's all he would do is drive around town and look for sad people. So he could woo-hoo with them.
My sad PS is beeping. Someone needs LR.
Yes. All right. What's happening?
I was at Blair Witch, and someone threw a full can of Coke, and it exploded on my head in a big umbrella of soda. And then I turned around and challenged the entire theater to a fight, and security took me away. That was
Wow.
Gerry was with me. What movie was it where I was wearing the Spider-Man costume? And, and I was told...
X-Men 2.
Yeah, it was X-Men 2.
Ahmet was
Foil Man.
was trying to dress as Colossus.
But for
with,
some reason we were going to fight. Wasn't his dipshit friend somebody else?
Sorry.
Tori was somebody
Tory
else.
Mel was
Yep,
there,
yep.
and then security came and said,
I put on
please don't do this to me.
I took-
like, that was literally his
No, security took me away from all you guys and then told me that I had to stop because I was going to start a riot. because people were so excited to see Spider-Man.
They were really sad. Like, the guys there were like probably hoping to just start the movie and maybe watch it, not break up a nerd riot.
But so yeah, it's before the movie starts, and I take my clothes off, and I'm wearing a Spider-Man costume underneath my clothes, and then I put the mask on, which is not the way Peter Parker would do it in person.
If he was at the Chinese.
Yeah. Didn't you guys start to face off?
Yeah, we started to fight, and then people were going nuts. The whole theater was packed.
And Colossus was just Amit wrapped in tinfoil.
Just
fucking homeless.
Amit wrapped in aluminum foil.
I actually have a picture of this.
That baked potatoes fighting that radioactive Larry Bird.
And then security pulled me away from Amit and said, "Sir, you have to put your clothes back on. People are..."
No fun allowed at the Chinese, apparently.
All right, we're back.
Oh, are we?
Our whole lives.
Wait, one more thing.
All the funny things that happen to us in movie theaters.
Where were we? I shit my pants in a movie theater when I was a little kid.
Well, I can't see how we can get beyond this.
That's the end of those stories.
Oh, wait, I thought of another one.
I did too, yeah.
I had to sit in it for 5 hours.
What movie was that? Showa?
All right, I'm running with it.
Yeah.
Bart, Blackie, you guys materialize and sit for a moment in silence, levitating in golem water suit flight, hundreds of feet over the ruined city. It's just silence. All the chaos and the sort of the craziness of the combat you were just embroiled in is just like it never was. Just pure silence. Nothing even lives down this deep. And there's a moment of just sort of stunned, where this is it. Like, we're it. But it's just a moment. Winking into existence, and you feel the slight surge of displaced water as just without any explanation, and with the faint illumination of his hand and his foot, you see Sir Richard, Mildred, and Amarth just appear.
Oh, hi guys.
Oh,
hello.
Next to you.
That was close.
I was just about to try to fuck Mildred or eat a sword.
They have sort of a dazed. There's a dazed, awestruck.
My dick's out and my sword's in my mouth.
I'm glad Lyakov Smirnov didn't
Even
say
around that, he looks. Amarth looks impressed with something. And for a moment, you guys all just sort of look around, look at each other, and is this the afterlife? Are you dead? And you realize, no, you are all indeed here. There's some debriefing to be done, though. What happened to everybody? Because
what happened?
Not everyone knows.
Oh, yeah. So
Where are we?
Well, no, they don't know about how we saw a giant eyeball, and then
A what?
And then we saw a giant eyeball, and then two hands, like the size of like
Solar systems.
Yeah, like huge hands came in
Jesus God?
and grabbed us, and then said, "Thank you."
And he was
And
wearing a
then-
crown. It had a crown
on.
a million miles away on the top of his head.
It was a
He
was some
sort
like
of
kind of
that
god
he's
or
the- Bathos shit?
he is water. He was the missing.
Was that Boba Fett or whatever?
But how do you
Boba
know
Fett?
this?
I know
Sir
this,
Richard?
because I am still wearing the watery crown,
Bathos shit.
and I have a certain understanding of what just happened.
We
He
missed
was
some weird shit.
the absentee god of that plane who
yes.
arrived not in time to seal the rift, and was very grateful for our intervention. I died.
Yeah.
There was no trick. I was delivered to Glinishmore and Bahamut met me outside the city
And who the fuck is
returned
that?
me. My deity, a god of protection and justice, and I have I thought I was here for only one thing, and that was to seal the rift. And now I realize that I have been tasked with something equally important, which is to smite the collectors out of existence.
Yeah.
I like that.
Richard's with us. Forever.
I was already mad at them before.
But weren't the collectors all on the water world? No,
No,
they're here.
we're back on the water.
We're
world.
there.
Oh,
You appeared with, presumably sent by whatever that being in the water elemental plane was. Sir Richard says it's the Lord of Water, the God of Water, but returned by him with the hands and the crown and the eyeball. And the,
okay. So now we're back at.
so you're back at the bottom of Waterworld, yeah, floating up above the city.
We should take a nap or something.
Yeah, we definitely need
Eat
to
a
rest
sandwich.
maybe before we start.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
I have.
I'm gonna try to fuck Ken.
Not Bart the
I'm
Shed.
gonna let you.
Ken.
Difficulty check of 1.
Also, remember
I
that.
rolled a 20.
Remember that Sparklet said that our
Fuck me double.
suits would take us to a place where we would be able to either battle the collectors or get a bunch of stuff. I don't remember. Something like that, right?
12 pack?
Guys.
12 pack?
What?
I'm just going to kind of give in and listen to Sparklet and let my suit follow wherever it's going.
All right, so you see
So I'm just kinda-
Blackie
I just go, hey, guys.
just do a dead man's float,
All right.
When did this
Yeah,
asshole
sure.
become a hippie? What the fuck?
All right.
and his suit just starts to drift,
All right.
just like on its own.
I using what I understand of the crown. I tried with the crown to commune or collect Sparklet, but he is beyond my reach.
Do you have
Really?
water armor now?
So
I don't have a it suit
What
on.
the hell are you? Very confusing.
yeah, so just to summarize, it seems that I'll let you guys sort of flesh that out, but Sir Richard does not have a golem suit. His hand and his leg are
glowing.
yeah, that you can only see the outline. There's no like shape to them. It just seems like they're made of light. He's still wearing Noral's crown.
That's probably good.
An assumption there is that if the God of Water had wanted it back when he grasped you in his immense hands, he would have just taken it. But you were sent back with it. And Blackie is feeling and sensing, if not Sparklet, some shred of Sparklet in his golem suit, and it's like a dog tugging on a leash. It's wanting him
Oh
to.
yeah,
Just-
should we
just to
try
be-
and get Sparklet back together?
Well, this is just to be clear because I wanted to.
Yep.
Sparklet, before he had gone away, which I had assumed he was gone forever, but maybe not. But he did say that the suits did have coordinates that would take us to
Yes,
this location.
correct.
So that may be what you're feeling and not Sparklet. But I
yes.
don't know if there's something different within.
Yeah,
the
that's
feeling.
the it seems like that is how it's manifesting.
I'm just trusting, and I'm actually
Yeah.
sort of taking 5 too. I'm smoking a mental cigarette while Sparklet does his.
There's no
his
there's
business.
no communication happening with Sparklet with Blackie. It just is like the suit is like subconsciously wanting to go in a direction, and you feel this sort of faint, almost like he's in the room.
All right.
But so Richard has a bit of innate sort of water knowledge, some basic stuff with the crown that he's going to have to explore. But one of the things the first things he sort of mentally sought out was can he sort of res Sparklet. But if he can, it's not within his power right now, or it's beyond his knowledge or ability with the crown. So that's about it. So we've got right now the score is it seems that there's multiple deity level beings involved in this, and it
This
seems
goes all the way to the top.
it seems that the expansion of the rift I'm just going to summarize, just so we're all up on the same page here. The expansion of the rift was being done on the sly by a lesser Noral, the lesser water lord. The unbeknownst to his masters, whoever they may be, Sir Richard, at the bidding of an even greater power, the god of justice, was tasked with sealing that up. And as you completed your mission from Bahamut, the lord or lords of water were attracted to became aware of what was going on. And that presumably is who thanked you and has sort of reunited you guys. However, burning deep within the Paladin of Glinishmore, there is an even greater drive for revenge.
I am
justice.
Angry.
So Bahamut is...
we must wreak just a terrible justice on these collectors.
Yeah, because if these beings' reckless abuse of power causes something like this again, then there will be literally hell to pay. So that's where you're at right now. Good job, you guys.
All right.
Good job. This is a good breather.
Hey, good hustle, everybody. Good hustle.
There's still I don't know how much time left we have this episode, but there's still a golem suit that's tugging on the leash.
Yeah, I'm just sort of boogie boarding right now.
Let's go with the flow, as they say.
Am I breathing underwater, or am I not breathing with the crown?
You're breathing.
I'm breathing.
You feel. You don't feel too much different actually than you were in the water suit. Like you're not. The water's not touching you. There's not a gap around you though. It's just you are shielded somehow.
Let's take a second break and then we'll figure out what the fuck we're gonna do.
All right.
And we are back.
All right. So, what's the plan? We'll start with that. Obviously, I think you guys are gonna check out whatever the golem suit is intending for you to check out. I will say
I'm unclear on that. What golem suit?
It's supposed to send us back somewhere once the rift is sealed.
Oh right.
Somehow Sparklet managed to.
His essence is kind of in my suit. There's a few drops of sparklet in my suit, like a homeopathic kind of sparklet.
Gotcha.
So just an atom of them is enough.
Right.
He said he gave it in coordinates or something to send us to.
But he's also in the suit.
And he's also in the
somewhat.
suit, so I don't know if it's
Maybe we get him back.
It's like Kiss's blood in
Just
his
a
comic
little
book.
puddle of
You
sparklet.
care.
I do.
So can we maybe we
Little
can
bit of
sleep
sparklet in my suit.
like a red eye flight while the suits take us to wherever we're going. Maybe we could go to sleep while they take us there.
Well, I mean, you still have to drive, but we can fast forward through the trip. It's a couple experimental nudges, and if you sort of give the suit the mental reins, it seems
I just
quick to zip.
we need to sleep at some point.
Yeah. Do we need to?
What is it, Sooty? Timmy in trouble? I'm following you, Sooty.
I'd like to.
Sooty, what is it?
I'd
We
like to
can't
experiment.
re-health ourselves because we don't need to.
We don't need to,
Yeah.
I'd like to experiment with the crown too, to see if I can create like a current that would move us faster, or that sort
Hey,
of.
can he use
stuff.
his crown to recharge our suits?
That's a good question.
Hey, William Cat, why don't you try to figure out how your fucking suit works?
So you're going to be you're mentally sort of probing the abilities of this crown.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Probing.
Okay. So we'll do all this at once because I think this sort of leads up to a nice chapter header.
And at the very end, R2 comes out and he's all bright and shiny and stuff. That's
right.
always my favorite part of the movie, when R2 comes out all cleaned up. It's like he's going, ah.
All right. So Blackie, you let your suit run You just sort
like
of
Steve Harvey.
concentrate on not interfering or missteering it. The rest of you guys sort of fall into formation. The weariness of the last sort of days of chase and battle starts to fall on you now as you're not immediately faced with any sort of threat or danger. And the trip sort of goes by in a blur.
Like coming home on the 5.
Yeah. Your suit actually starts to take you gently at first and then increasingly on an upward incline. And the water, as time passes and gets the miles, you just consume the miles of water ahead of you. It starts to get lighter and lighter. Eventually, far in the distance, through the light of Bahamut or the surface of the light enhancing surface of your golem suits, you actually see the sun rays coming through the ocean's surface. The suit levels off though, so it doesn't. When it gets to be, you guys, you're still several hundred feet down at this point. If you didn't have your suits, it would be just jet black even here. But you can clearly see the sun. The sun's up on the surface, and the suit guides you like unerringly at this depth towards who knows what. You have no idea. There can be no mountain this tall, and the only thing that could be this deep would be maybe a collector vessel or something. So you're not sure where it's guiding you. Up ahead, you see the shape of a vessel, though, form in the distance, and you cautiously sort of you put the brakes on, evaluating the situation, and checking it out quickly. You deem that it seems like it's unmanned. So as you cautiously close the distance, you see that it is in fact a small collector ship, and there's bands of there's elemental line that have wrapped the vessel and hanging almost like there's weights of water sort of holding it here. It looks like possibly Sparklet and his crew had sort of captured or separated or maybe cleared this vessel, and it seems to have been set aside. From here, you don't know where the collector station is, but this ship is obviously been sort of set aside and hidden here in the open water. This is also deeper than any of the submersibles that you saw were going. And it also doesn't look like the underwater vessels that you saw earlier. It looks more like a flying vessel that's sort of stored here. Not deep enough to crush it, but it looks like it's just been set aside. Sparklet, obviously, whether or not he intended to he certainly didn't intend to give it to you when they had disarmed it or captured it. But he obviously wanted you guys to find this ship. You poke around. There's nobody. It looks like there's nobody on board. You think twice about boarding it because it doesn't seem like it's an underwater vessel, so it may not be equipped with actual underwater.
An airlock
right. It looks like this was how they got this. You may never know. Maybe someday you will. But it looks like they've managed to grab one of the collector flying vessels.
Can I manipulate the bands around it and try and lift the heavy water that's securing it?
Yeah. So you try that from a distance, but there's no nothing really happens. But as you go up and touch it. It's almost like it's solid, so you actually can, one arm even lifts it. You guys messing with it also through your golem suits, you can obviously get this thing up to the surface. Also, for the first time, it's not like an immediate danger, but for the first time now, you do notice that you're not having a hard time breathing, but it's a little stale in the golem suits. Like, it seems like
they're wearing out.
Got
to change our filters.
Life expectancy on these is you're getting near the tail end of it.
We need to let them go.
Right.
Let's get this to the surface.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
We're getting our little space Corvette and fuck off.
So, real easy, almost like one of you could have done it. Together, you sort of managed to keep it upright and controlled ascent so that it's not, you're able to poke a head up above the surface of the water, make sure it's clear before you sort of leverage this thing up. But you jockey it up to the surface where it bobs perfectly buoyantly under its own sort of floating. Yeah, it floats on its own. It would have certainly, if the counterweights hadn't been on there, it would have just immediately risen up to the surface. So they'd apparently sort of stashed it down there. But there it is. Now it's sitting there, half above water. Weird shimmering sort of rope bands shining along the surface of it. And
can we cut these bands?
Yeah.
Let's see if there's a way in on top of the vessel first.
Okay.
I'm climbing up there.
Okay. Yeah, you there's the hatch. You guys found the hatch as soon as you ran up on the ship. So there's the door. So.
Can I disperse the bands, or do they need to be cut? Does the crown communicate with them, or there's nothing to do with the crown?
Nothing to do with the crown. Yeah.
Let's gently cut these things free.
So using your bladed weapons, it's just cleanly, and they just sort of snake off like rope back into the water. And looking down through your golem suits, you can just see them just disappear down into the ocean.
And I think, do we need to say goodbye to these suits?
I think it's time to say goodbye to Sparklet.
Mm-hmm.
So
a valiant warrior.
Let's all pour a little 40 of our suit on the deck of this new ship for our buddy Sparklet.
So we shed our suits?
I'm not
sure. Why are we doing
I'm not wearing one.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to the middle of the film.
Is that was that a question or a statement? Yeah.
When I take my suit of water off, can I have a bitch in tuxedo like Connery Bond? I want a bitch in tuxedo like Connery Bond.
As soon as your mind sort of says, "Yeah, we're stepping out," the suit just peels back off of you, almost like
our skin looks great.
Yeah, almost like you're being lifted out of a pool of water. It just sort of falls back into the ocean. The golems themselves are fairly mindless. They swirl as a sort of a group of 4 of them. They swirl around you in sort of a happy circle, and then they
we say goodbye and smile. Thanks, golems.
Leaving you guys sort of half. You're hanging onto the side of the ship, opening this hatch, and for the first time since you entered the collector station, you feel the actual, except for you, Sir Richard, you feel the actual water against you. You felt it really hard a little bit ago on your leg, but the rest of you guys, for the first time, you actually feel the water against you. The hatch opens right up.
Let's get inside.
I'm in.
Shotgun.
All right, so you guys go in. The ship is small.
It's Captain Sir Richard of Glinishmore now.
Strawberries.
The white.
Strawberries.
First,
Captain Sir Richard the White.
of the White. That's right.
Of Bahamut.
Bahamut. Yeah.
So you guys go into the ship. It's very small, comfortably houses all of you though. Blackie, you sort of gravitate up towards the front to check out sort of what the control surfaces look like. The rest of you guys sort of just quickly fan out and check out this ship. It looks like. While Sparklet may have been captured at some point in his reconnaissance or his anti-collector, whatever he was up to when they captured him, which is another story that you may never know. But maybe we can discuss it in one of our postmortems and all the things that you guys didn't do.
How about a pre-mortem?
You do find, though, that the... whether he was still with them or not, the elemental gang that Sparklet ran with and attempted to rejoin, this particular ship has been outfitted fully. So by that I mean, as you look in the stern of this ship, you find there's like lockers. And the lockers have been they haven't been like individually marked, but there's lockers filled with stocked with equipment. It's sort of put in there in a way, and you sort of possibly chuckle to yourselves because it's clearly it's been attempted to be organized, but not by any sort of human standard. Like, it's clear that water elementals were putting shit in the lockers as best they thought. There's 3 boots and weird. It's all mismatched.
Ew! All Hydrox.
There's lockers full of mixed gear. Some of it looks like it could be quite. It could be quite
glowy.
Possibly, yeah, beyond normal.
Glowy.
Could be the source of more than one raid. This could be loot stacked up from the elementals, like brief guerrilla warfare on the collectors. You're not sure. Up front, you see a control panel that at first glance, Blackie, it just seems as mysterious to you as the control surfaces at the top of the tower back at the collector station. But it's nothing you feel that you can't figure out. But more importantly, on one wall of the this vessel, there is a smaller version of the mechanical chart
drawing thing.
I'm all over it, like that McDonald's guy. I'm all over it.
So it looks like, as best as he could from beyond his watery grave, Sparklet is as best he could trying to keep good on his promise to help you guys in your campaign against the collectors. Probably wishes he could still be here with you, but
well, I think we know what we need to do, guys. Sell this ship on Craigslist.
Wait a second, let's talk about this.
It's already done. There's a guy coming to see it. He's bringing his girlfriend in an El Camino.
As if to punctuate your joke, as it probably has for every few seconds since it was created or made, the chart, the little chart device on the wall of the front cabin, the cockpit, quickly wipes itself and then redraws the image that was on there again, and you can see a smaller version of sort of the star chart that you guys saw back in the control room. So it looks like after a little bit you may be able to figure out possibly a destination. If you can figure out how to fly this thing, you may be able to really get around.
Is the chart still showing a planet growing?
No, this is the other
kind of chart.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the systems and the.
And I assume though that this was the planet that was growing, right? With the water that was
Are we doing post-mortem now?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, I think the first thing we should do, if we're going to set course for any place, we should. I think we owe it to Sir Richard to head back to Glinishmore. Right?
Well, first, let's not forget about the whole city of underwater people that were so helpful to us that we killed 2 of their citizens in our quest. Or they killed themselves, to be fair, but...
Glinishmore will have to wait.
You're talking
I'm sorry, I said Gwyneth.
You're talking about the survivors.
Yeah, so I don't want to forget about them. We got a lot to talk about. First, I think we need a
Mark's
nap.
boyfriend.
Good.
Fuck 12 pack.
We also need
memory.
to lay out the locker.
Mildred.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think if we need to drop anybody off anywhere, because the last place we should go should be home. I'm just trying to figure out what systems to lock down in case this ship disappears. I'm going to try to commit this all to memory and
I think
write it down on my iPod.
Based on the chart and your gut, you have some pretty big decisions to make. Because now you guys are the sole sort of, barring any sort of resistance that the collectors may face on the worlds that they're doing, whatever it is they're doing. You guys are the sole sliver of resistance.
This is a pirate ship in the name under the flag of Bahamut. we're gonna put all those collectors to the sword.
Does this vessel have any sort of weaponry built into it, or is it?
You'll have to experiment in the control room a little bit, but that's probably for another evening. Yeah.
Can we call it the Jolly Robin?
Say goodnight.
So I guess we're going to call it and then move on next week and find out what the fuck.
All right. Congratulations again.
Even
if some of it, I will say, even if some of this, obviously, there's higher powers at work. I will say that you guys know I have no qualms killing off your characters.
Believe me.
You killed Gerry twice.
In addition to the critical roles that you guys survived, there were some roles that worked out in your favor. We'll just say that.
She and I lived.
We'll have to go into details when it's farther in the past, but
they actually fuck on the bonus features.
And I eat a sword. Blaine, where are you going to be the weekend of the 9th?
Weekend of the 9th, I'm going to probably be taking a break, but I host Tiger Lily at Gower Gulch every Monday, and
it's a great show. Come to LA and watch that show.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Hey, I also want to give a big thanks to everybody at the Bridgetown Comedy Festival. I had a fantastic time, and it was very cool.
9th and 11th, I'm at the Tampa Bay Improv in Tampa Bay, Florida.
And Deadpool 9 is out today.
Oh, would be that day? Okay, cool.
Go buy it.
Yep. Thanks for listening.
Hey, thanks, Scott.
See you next week.
Good times.
Bye.
Great oldies.
This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich and Scott Ackerman. For more information, visit earwolf.com.
Earwolf Radio.